What's up, everybody? Scott Kettner here for part 2 of our technique series for Pandeiro. And in this series, we're going to talk about the right hand technique, okay? So we've already discussed the left wrist technique and the left hand technique. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the right hand and the right hand placement on the Pandeiro. There's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different approaches to this. My approach is I like to have a wide spread on the drum. What I mean by a wide spread is I like to have a really wide spread here as opposed to a shorter spread here. And that also depends on the tempo and the style of music I'm playing. But let's just start off with the basics. You want to keep your hand cupped a little bit. You don't want your hand straight. Keep your hand cupped. Keep your fingers together. Some people like to play, with 2 of their fingers together like that. I like to play with all of my fingers together like this. And the main parts of the hand that we're going to be discussing is the palm of the hand here and our fingertips here. And it's usually going to end up being our ring finger and our middle finger that's going to hit the rim. Okay, so first thing is we're going to have the palm of our hand resting right on the outside edge, the very edge of the drum, okay, the rim of the drum. And this is going to be the placement for our right hand on the outside edge of the drum. Our fingertips, when they come up, they're also going to come up to the top of the drum on the outside edge on the rim again. Okay, we're only dealing with the rim of the drum in this section. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we've already discussed our axis. We've got our axis in our left hand, our fingers pointing through. And now what we're going to do, without moving our right hand, we're just going to simply let our right hand start to hit the drum. Our left wrist is doing all of the work. Okay, so one more time. Let me show you guys this. We're going to start with that left wrist technique that we discussed in the previous video. We're going to turn the Pandeiro facing up a little bit and simply let our hand hit the outside rim of the drum. Our left wrist is doing all of the work. Very important. Okay, so you want to avoid doing stuff like this. Try to avoid that. Let your left wrist do all of the work. Okay, and again, the palm is on the rim. Fingertips on the rim, and you want to start off very slow. Something very important to think about when you're doing this exercise is, again, the jingle sound. You don't want to compromise the sound of the jingles. The jingles is like the hi-hat on the drum set. Okay, it's got to be very clear and very precise. So you want your jingles to articulate your tempo and your groove for you. So don't let your jingles get washy. Okay, you want all the jingles to be very, very articulate when you go through this exercise. Now, here's an exercise for you to work on. Put a metronome on. Always practice with a metronome. Find a really slow tempo that's very comfortable for you and move the tempo up as you get better. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is an exercise. We're going to start with quarter notes. We're going to go to eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. Okay, so let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so do this exercise at home. Do it as often as you can. Do it at a comfortable tempo, and make sure you're controlling the jingles. Make sure your left wrist is doing all the work, and that's going to move you to the next step in this video series. Thanks for watching.